unfortunate news, Miami Dolphins. Alexander Madison is going to be gone for the year. It's just in right now. Something to do with his neck, which we all saw it in preseason. I didn't know how bad it was, but it looks like he's going to make a full recovery. He's going to be fine. It's just he has to have surgery on his neck. So he's going to be out for the year. And the Dolphins right now, if I could be real, I kind of like who they're bringing in because it's Jamal Williams. Remember, Jamal Williams was the Lions running back in Green Bay, and his last team was the Saints. Basically, another big running back that I think can do well in this system. But wanted to go over a couple of things that's kind of stood out to me from preseason game one, and also, real quick, we'll go into who are the remaining free agents that I could see maybe us going for. And if you guys want to help support the channel and want some extra content, make sure you hit that membership down below. So right now I'm looking, Jamal Williams is probably going to get signed. This is kind of like a me thing. I just want to do this, but you got Jamal Williams still there. Zach Moss is another one that could be very similar to an Alexander Madison. Gus Edwards, it's actually kind of funny. Jeff Wilson's still there too. So we'll see what happens with that. I highly doubt they're going to go for him. But basically what I can see right here is really the free agent running backs kind of match up. What I'm really sad about is that, if I could be real, with the Raiders, Alexander Madison showed the most promise. I thought he was a pretty good running back. I thought he was a really good pickup this offseason. So that really sucks that that's happening. But like I said, Jamal Williams is going to be a good one. We'll probably sign him. But if not, Zach Moss is still there. And Gus Edwards is still there. All three of them, power running backs, will get you that short yardage. But here's the thing. This going for Jalen right now, this is completely wide open. And my last video maybe makes a little more sense now, where if Alexander Madison is gone for the year, I just don't see how Ollie Gordon doesn't get touches this coming season, because he did so well. I think he did fantastic. And I don't know, I don't see how he doesn't get touches. You know, you need a power running back. I know Jamal Williams is going to be that veteran presence, but this coming training camp, going to the Detroit Lions, you got a lot of opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Now that Alexander Madison is not there, like big prayers and wishes and all of that to Alexander Madison for a speedy recovery. That was a crazy fall that he took, and it wasn't even like a dirty play. It was just a weird fall that he just happened to fall directly on top of his head, which really sucks because I thought he was a phenomenal running back. I thought he was going to do a lot of good things this year. Because if I could be real, Jalen Wright is really not showing me much. So what we can kind of take from this is I think we'll be fine at running back position. What I want to talk about is what we need to show to the Detroit Lions and what we kind of showed so far. Kenneth Grant looks like a stud. I'm very happy about where he's at right now. The offensive line is the biggest issue. You know, the cornerbacks look okay. They don't look bad, so I can kind of deal with it. You know, I'm all right with it. I think the pass rush is going to be good enough to get there. But the offensive line, man, it just doesn't, going from the starters to the backups just doesn't look good. It doesn't look like a solid offensive line. It doesn't look like I can trust it. And I really think that we need to pick some people up. So right now, obviously, we're going to be waiting till that 53-man cut. But there are some good players out there. Like Brandon Scherf is still out there. I think you should give him a 1-year contract. Brandon Scherf will really shore up this backup offensive line. I get it. It's a work in progress, but I don't know. I'm getting nervous. You got Shaq Mason, who is an all right guard, but tackles it's going to be a problem. I think the outside tackle. I see Jedrick Wills. That's a okay. He's an okay addition. George Fant might be an okay addition, but you need to maybe, after this Detroit Lions thing, maybe sign some guys. I liked the way the starters were playing, but the backups just, you could tell, like Zach Wilson, even though he wasn't really good, like he didn't play well, you could tell he was getting pressured immediately, which kind of sucks, because if one of these guys like Austin Jackson goes down, or one of them goes down, knock on wood, Liam Eichenberg's the only one, and Andrew Meyer. And here's what I'm saying. It's not like we don't have any backups. Andrew Meyer, Liam Eichenberg, those guys can do their thing. I even think Larry Borum was all right. We just need like one or two more players to make sure that this line is good, because Jackson Carman is garbage. Who else was there? Keon Smith. I mean, they talk a lot about him, but I don't see Keon Smith being a pretty good player. I don't know. I would sign a Jedrick Wills. I think him coming over, and you also have maybe a kind of a potential player where you can, maybe turn him into something from Butch Berry. But I don't know if they're going to sign anybody. The one thing that I can take from this, obviously, is the backup offensive line needs help. And as far as cornerbacks, I think we're all right. I think this defense looked legit. I think Anthony Weaver has really input a very good defense. And we look stacked on that side. The offensive side, the one problem I do have, Malik Washington looked great. Taj Washington looked great. I don't feel comfortable going into this season again with like 3 midget receivers. I mean, they're 5'9", 5'8". I don't feel comfortable having this team, all their starters are little short guys. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it'll be fine. Maybe they're going to be explosive playmakers. I get it. But having this team going into this season with 3 short wide receivers starting, it just doesn't make any sense to me. I feel like, I don't know. Westbrook-Akine has to get more snaps. We have to have somebody tall in there. Obviously, Darren Waller's going to play as well, but I don't see how that can work, having 3 Smurf wide receivers where everybody in the league's playing with like 6'3", 6'4" guys. And you saw clearly in practice of the Bears is that they were getting pressed out of their mind. And it's not their fault. It's just, you have a bunch of small receivers going against 6'4" corners. I don't know, man. I don't feel comfortable going into the season with all these short wide receivers. I don't like that. They're great. Malik Washington's great. Waddle's awesome. Tyreek Hill's awesome. But I mean, they're all 5'8", man. Like, for all things holy, I mean, Tua, as a quarterback, like, I think you'd want to have at least one guy that is over 6 foot, or at least 6 foot, So I think Westbrook-Akine has to get in there, has to get more snaps, has to get more acquainted, because you cannot go into this season with 3 5'8" receivers as your starting guys. It's going to make it so difficult for the offense. I mean, I don't know. You guys let me know down in the comments. I'm just going to make a short video today because there's nothing really going on besides the Madison thing. But, yeah, I just don't feel comfortable going in with 3 5'8" wide receivers where poor Tua has to make sure that every ball is accurate because it's getting picked off if not. Need to get Westbrook-Akine in there. Need to get at least one big guy. I can't wait to see what Darren Waller does. But so far, all in all, I'm not disappointed. I like the way that this team is shaping up, and if this offense can run, this defense is going to keep them in games. And I think we have a chance finally against some of these better teams if this team runs the way that we think it's going to run. So after the first preseason game, I'm thinking this is really good. And this opportunity, unfortunately, Alexander Madison is out, but Ollie Gordon now has an opportunity to get a lot of snaps this season because, let's be real, Jalen Wright is not playing well. Like, he is just not doing what he needs to do. He had all this talk in the offseason about being an elite runner, and I actually kind of believed it. And he's not performing the way that we thought he was going to perform. So this is a wide open opportunity for Ollie Gordon to get a bunch of snaps. And we're going to see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated throughout the week. Like I said, join the membership if you want a little extra content. And as always, guys, fins up, baby. Praise God, love God. Love you all. Peace.